bring a towel. Holy moly! Don't panic. If this fills with water, you know, you're out here in really calm water, and you know, a wakeboard boat comes past you and just swamps your boat, just fills the deck with water. What do? Don't panic. You put your life jacket on. No, U.S. Coast Guard, I got it handled. We got this. When the deck gets filled with water, which happens a lot more commonly than your pontoons getting filled with water. If your pontoon's filled with water, then you hit something or whatever, poked a hole in your pontoon. And it's gonna ride real funny because one pontoon's gonna fill up faster than the other. So get your ass back to shore as quickly as you can, because it's gonna list to one side for a while until you do. But when your deck fills with water, it gets a little squirrely. It wants to tip and lean and all that, but it's not gonna tip over. But I'm gonna show you today what to do when you have that happen. It's a real calm day out here, but I'm gonna do my best to sink my boat. Yeah. Who? It's a love-hate relationship with these seats. When you don't want them in the way, they're in the way. When you want them to be where they gotta be, they're never where they gotta be. There we go. See? That's a lot of work. It's all right. I'm determined. Don't bite me. Yeah, you don't look so smart either. I really thought this thing would fill up a lot faster out here. Who knew it'd be this difficult to fill this bathtub with water?
And now I gotta pee.
Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. This thing can hold a lot of water. Of course, I had to come out here on a calm day. I'm the king of the world! All day. Holy moly. If you've taken on this much water, you really fucked up. Now, what do you do when, well, this happens? You don't need to worry. Your boat already has a self-bailing device on it. That's the drain plug. If you've got a newer model, then that plugs on the bottom. So this will work, but not as fast and not as thoroughly. I've got the older model with the drain plug on the back. So I'm just going to go back there, take the plug out, and then just hit the throttle. Basically the whole floorboard is full up to the rails. I'm going to show you real quick how long it takes to get this much water out of the boat using what the manufacturers, whoever it is, have already installed for you. Does it work? Yes. But you're not going to sink anyway. So as long as whatever you got on the floorboard isn't going to get wet, ruined, cell phones, whatever, you could go back to shore like this if you really needed to. The boat's not riding a whole lot different than it did when it didn't have water in it. I can feel it's a little sluggish, but not by much. What we do, we come back here in the back of the boat. You make sure you watch out for rogue fuel tanks. They'll just do their own thing, have a mind of their own. That's actually a pretty full fuel tank. And anybody that's wondering, yes, I shut that before I did all this to not get water in my fuel. So that's proof that fuel is lighter than water. There's your and as you can see, this boat's full. You know, just lean over the boat, pop that plug. All right, warning, when you do this, you might get a little wet, so bring a towel. Now that the plug's out, all I gotta do is drive the boat and it'll just go right out the back. And I'll show you, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all. Here we go. It's already pretty close to being empty. Two or 3 minutes, maybe. It just dumps right out. You really could technically leave this plug out all the time if you guys aren't too heavy. If that is below the water line when you're out there fishing, you're always going to have water in the boat, so you don't want to do that. But in a pinch, don't panic. It's fixable. And as you can see, you can feel safe out there on the water, whether it be a pond or a lake or a river or well, this. So I always think it's funny, people ask me, you know, isn't that kind of nuts going out there on that thing? As you can see, it's not. Sure, I can get into some stuff that might flip me over, you know, but I've had to do this before. I've taken on water. I've punched a wave really hard, and it's like, oh man, I don't want water all on the floorboard the whole time. But I'm gonna put a little self-bailing device on there. That's gonna be pretty cool. So as you can see, if I just leave the plug out, that's all the water that stays in an old model boat. Obviously you're gonna have a little bit more water in there if you've got the newer models with the plug on the floor. Unsinkable, so the captain of the Titanic said.